Good afternoon, everyone. It's Judy with the White Pigeon Township Library. I hope your day is going well. We're coming to the end of the year here, the end of 2020, and I think that might be a good thing. So I thought for a change today, what I would do is talk about some of the books I read this year that I really enjoyed. And there were a lot, but I've chosen a select few of them. And I'm just going to give you just a brief little description of them. I won't go into a lot of detail. I know you've got things to do today. I'm going to start with the most recent book I read and then kind of go backward. They're all different genres. I like to read a lot of different things. So the most recent book I read is I'll Be Seeing You. This is by one of my favorite authors, Elizabeth Bird. And you may recall we had her join us for a Zoom chat back in October when the book was released. You can look back and see that video if you would like to. But this book it's sad, it's honest, it's brutal. It will resonate with anyone who has aging parents and has had to make decisions, hard decisions. The way she handles this is wonderful, and I found it to be very enlightening. I was in that situation some years ago with one of my parents, but you know, it's a good read and it lets you know a lot more about this author. She's a great woman. So I would recommend that. I read The Vanishing Half. This happens to be on the bestseller right up at the top right now. I love this book. This is only her second novel, and this author is from Michigan. It tells the story of two women back in the 50s, and they are twins. They're born in a small town, and they are very light-skinned African American. This town, most of the people that live there are much the same. They take off to go to New Orleans together, and their lives go in totally different directions. One of the sisters moves to LA, becomes quite wealthy, and passes for a white person. The other sister returns back to her homeland with her mother. So it's got a lot to say about racial issues and social issues, and the story moves along. It's very interesting, very good book. Psychological thriller. This is one of my favorite genres too, and I think this book is well written. It's fabulous. It's a story of two women who meet by chance and their lives change forever. There's a lot to it, a lot of twists and turns, and it just carries you through right to a surprise ending. So I would recommend that if you like this type of genre. Historical fiction. This is World War II in Paris, and it tells the story of a young woman and her mother and father. Her father is captured by the Nazis. She and her mom flee to a rural town in Paris, and she ends up working doing, I found this really interesting, forging documents for children to get out of occupied France and into Switzerland for safety. So she was by trade an artist, and she worked hours and hours and hours. There were probably hundreds of thousands of documents that were forged, giving these people new identities, which saved their lives. So this is a great book. There's a lot to it. There's a little bit of a love story. There's a lot of historical information, and I really enjoyed it. Last but not least, I read this back in probably April or May, and it is still on my mind. It's called American Dirt. This is a tale of a woman and her son in Argentina, Mexico, and for reasons which you should read this book, you'll find out they have to flee, and they are on their way to America, which is their dream. It's a tale of their journey. It's wrenching, it's heartbreaking, it's inspiring, and there's a lot of truth to what's in this novel, even though it is fictional. So those were some of my favorites. I hope you have favorites too. We'd love to see you. We'd like to hear what you're reading. We wish you a wonderful Christmas, a wonderful holiday, and a Happy New Year. And we look forward to seeing you in 2021. Thanks, everybody. Have a great weekend.